Hello and welcome to the drum department. How's everyone doing?
Good. How's everyone doing out there?
I was waiting for like more applause from the team, but I guess that's what we get when Kyle's not here.
Yeah.
So we decided to bring in a new, bit of a new cast of characters. Dylan Waitman, to my left.
Hello, everyone.
Dylan.
They don't let me on camera very often, so be patient with me. It's so nice to see everyone, kind of.
Dylan is one of the legendary drummers in the office, and you
That's a big title.
you run our marketing department.
I'll try.
Dylan was actually the brainchild behind 30-Day Drummer.
He was.
That was just such a cool.
And I know many of you enjoyed that, so
Yeah.
props to
If
Dylan.
there's 30-day drummers out there, your comments fueled me. That was just such a great experience.
Yeah,
Yeah,
such a great
if anyone went through it, type in the chat. We'd love to see who actually went through 30-Day Drummer.
So most
No, go ahead.
So most people that someone's audio's on.
I bet you it's yours.
It's not mine.
It's totally
No, it's not. You
Nice.
turn it on and on.
Nice.
No,
yeah,
it isn't.
yeah, okay.
So most people that buy digital courses or things like that online, they say the completion rate is like it's much less than 10% or whatever. The completion rate so far on 30-Day Drummer is around 35 to 40% of people who started it went through it. And the people that didn't finish it are still going through it and still they have lifetime access. And so we just saw such a massive amount of success with that. And our goal is to create more drummers and keep them playing longer. And Dylan, that's what it did.
It was
This guy
team
right
effort.
here.
I just had this hunch. I knew what didn't work for me, learning the drums, and we had the perfect instructor and the perfect
Domino,
videos and the team, and the whole thing was just, once it was out of my hands, it was so successful.
Yeah,
Nice.
Nice work.
Well, welcome to all of you who are joining us on YouTube or in the Drumeo members area. Like we do every week, we have some giveaways we're going to be doing. We're giving away a Sonor Perfect Balance Standard pedal. Huge shout out to Sonor for being our sponsor this week on the drum department. And we're also giving away a 1-year membership to someone on YouTube. The pedal is going to one of our amazing Drumeo students. So make sure you stick around to the end if you want to be entered to win that one of those giveaways. But today we're talking about live performances, live music, concerts that changed our lives. Is it worth going to concerts? What's the consensus around that these days?
Stay home,
Dave
kids.
hates going to concerts, so he should just leave now.
I love concerts. Yeah.
And
Why would I go to concerts if I could just watch videos online?
see, that's a hot take. You gotta save that. You gotta
There's
save
the
that.
hot take right there.
I'm just joking, obviously.
And we're also going to be talking a bit about the Taylor Hawkins concert, which somehow I got one ticket to, and I got to experience that. So we'll share some clips from that performance. But to start off, let's talk about some live performances.
Yeah.
No. I think there's an elephant in the room here.
What's
that
the
we have to
elephant in the
talk
room,
about.
Dave?
Guys, over the weekend, Blink-182 got back together. Like,
The song
are you
was
serious?
leaked.
Yes,
And the
with
song
Tom
was
DeLonge.
leaked. Yeah. It was, the song is called Edging, I believe. Their whole marketing play is just hilarious. I'm not going to
Funny
talk
to have
about
a
The
song
trailer?
written after you.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I feel honored.
Nice.
But I don't know. We're all Blink-182 fans here, I would imagine. And when they broke up, I don't know, 5 years ago, it was devastating. And their last album, Neighborhoods, I thought was fantastic. And so they have new music coming, and they're doing a world tour. So, what are your guys' thoughts on that?
Tom, Mark, Travis.
Tom,
The
Mark, and
original
Travis.
lineup.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
They were able to put the alien differences aside, and
That's the thing, right? Is Tom just like, there's not enough money in aliens, I should go back to music? When Travis got in that plane accident, because they had this hiatus before, and then when he got in that accident, it brought the band back together, and that's when Neighborhoods came out, and then they broke up again. So I don't know, was this maybe strategic? I don't know. I'm super pumped about it.
Yeah.
very cool.
I've never seen them live.
I haven't
Oh
either.
man, you gotta go.
We need to go.
Yeah, their world tour, they're going like all over the place. They're coming to Vancouver on June 27th, I think.
27th, yeah.
So if there's any Blink-182 fans out there and you didn't know this news, well, go and check it out. See when they're coming to your town. But yeah, Travis, Tom, and Mark, I've seen them live once together, and it was a riot. Just jokes the whole time, and their live shows always seem to be a hoot. Like when you watch clips from them, it just seems like it'd be a fun place to be in. So talking about live experiences, that's one that I want to go to, and hopefully it'll change my life.
Maybe we can steal Travis for a day.
Yeah, Travis, please come to Drumeo.
I'm refusing to get too excited because Jared and I just had tickets to like one of those legendary 90s, 2000s bands, and the tour ended up being canceled.
Rage.
Rage?
Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, we're so excited. That was the next March, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been a good show.
Yeah, and it was canceled because
This is the second time it was canceled, too.
Yeah, he tore his Achilles tendon or something.
come on.
They felt awful about it. It
Does that
sounded
affect
like,
the voice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes all these kind of things just make you appreciate a Dave Grohl even more, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Oh, yeah.
I'll do it in a
Totally.
wheelchair then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's chat a bit about the Taylor Hawkins concert. So we have a clip of a few clips that I took at the concert. You probably saw, any of you who were following all that happening online, there were some crazy collaborations that happened at that concert. It started off with Violet Grohl and Alanis, one of the guitar players from Queens of the Stone Age or one of the bands. They did a duet singing like Jeff Buckley's Hallelujah, and that's how the concert opened, which was pretty heavy. But from there it went to like Joan Jett with Travis Barker. What you're gonna see in this clip is Danny Carey playing with Rush, Wolfgang Van Halen playing Panama with Josh Freese on drums, which was pretty crazy. Nancy Wilson and Pink and John Theodore playing Barracuda by Heart. And Tommy Lee playing Livewire, Shane Hawkins playing My Hero with the Foo Fighters. Just like a crazy amount of collaborations. So right now, let's check out a clip from that concert and then we'll chat about what we see.
That's pretty wild to be there. And
Yeah.
you kind of had a good view, actually.
It was funny because they opened up that last block of tickets and I tried like 20 times to get one and it finally went through. But that was advertised as like, those were nosebleeds.
Right.
But from a drummer's perspective, being able to see pretty much right over the
shoulder
shoulder
cam,
was insane.
Yeah.
And like just the energy in the room where everyone was there for one cause. Everyone's there supporting the band and supporting like Taylor Hawkins' legacy.
Yeah.
I've never been to a concert where that was like the vibe in the room.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
So does that take the cake for you as your best?
For me, that was, I don't know if I'll ever
I know, right?
see anything quite like that. Like
Yeah.
John Paul Jones from Led Zeppelin was playing with them
Wow.
Crooked Vultures. And I've never heard one person get that kind of applause from an arena. Like everyone just stands up and just gives everything to like respect someone like that. It was funny, after I posted that clip of Shane Hawkins playing My Hero, and I put a question on social media saying, should Shane take over the Foo Fighters seat? And there were a whole bunch of like mixed opinions, and I want to hear from you guys. So he's 16 years old and hasn't even graduated high school yet. Should he be the one to take over that seat, or should the Foo Fighters be done? What are your thoughts?
You can make me field that
Yeah.
one, the rookie drum department guy.
Hey, that's initiation. You got to handle
Yes.
the hard questions.
Yeah, I guess
man.
so.
There you go.
That is really tough because obviously there's a family right maybe to the throne, and I mean it would all depend on Dave Grohl and how the band feels. I wasn't at the concert. I don't know the full gamut of performers, but I've also heard a case for like a guy of that era, like a Travis Barker or somebody that could also hold it down and is used to playing 2.5, 3 hours. But I have no doubt from what I've seen of Shane Hawkins that he could play it. It's just a matter of is it still the Foo Fighters or not is the big question,
Yeah.
I guess. Dave, what's your take?
Jared, how about you go next? All right. Yeah, that's a really hard question. Like in my mind, my initial gut answer is he should totally take the spot. Living in your father's legacy and being able to play like he plays already. You can see there's a lot of Taylorisms in his playing. You can see where he built his skill up and the inspiration that he had. So, to me, my instinct is, let's do it. But then I also remember he's 16 years old. Foo Fighters is in a different spot. I don't know what they're doing internally. Are they going to be writing another album? Writing is a lot different than just performing on the road. And there are a ton of drummers that would absolutely slay that seat. So that's a really tough one. I think the only person that's going to be able to make that call is the Hawkins family and Dave Grohl and the team there. I wish I had a better answer. Normally I'm pretty polarizing, but
No, you're not.
you seriously? I just mocked Prague on the last drum report.
That is a bigger discussion though, people whose dads were in these legendary bands, like even going further back, Eagles, John Fogerty, and then their sons crop up and start playing in the bands.
Yeah.
I mean, even at that show, Rufus Taylor from The Darkness, like he tours with Queen as well, but him and Roger Taylor play drums together on the Queen gig. So yeah, there's like lots of those kind of starting to come up now.
Yeah. Kyle was just in the chat, K-Rad, in the Drumeo chat, and he said, I'm keeping quiet because I want the gig. And it's not the case at all. I totally recognize
Lots of
that.
upvotes.
I don't think I fit the image nor have the stamina to play a gig
right?
like that. But as a dad of 2 boys, I would never let my 16-year-old son go on the road with a rock band like that that tours, and they ride hard and put away wet, and that's like a grind. It's a grind, right? But I mean, I'm sure they would put checks and balances in place to insulate him from certain things. But the inevitable thing is like he's going to he's going to be more likely to fall into certain traps. I would be really nervous as a father. So
Robert Trujillo Robert Trujillo from Metallica, he sent his son out to play bass for Korn for a little while.
Yeah. Well, I don't doubt that parents will make poor decisions, whether you say it's a poor decision or not. But
Nice.
For me, it's like I wouldn't let, as long as I'm responsible for that kid, I'd be like, no, you need to finish all your schooling. You need to, and then once you're 18 or 19, you can make your own decisions. But I mean, it really ultimately depends on the kid, though. If the kid really is pushing and they really want to, and they're just going to be miserable sitting at home, and you know that, and you know they got a good head on their shoulders, and you know that they'll keep clean, and you know that they'll make all the right decisions, then it's different. But if I'm just speaking in generalizations, it's not a matter of whether he's a fit right now or not. I just don't think it would be a good thing for the average kid.
Yeah, I could see it like, I think it'd be cool if they did some tours with almost like guest drummers, kind of like they did at the concert. You do a tour with Josh Freese or a tour with Travis Barker, but it's almost like Foo Fighters and Friends.
Yeah.
Where it changes, or even like they've done those albums where they go to all the different studios, Seattle, Nashville, and they record one song, almost doing that, but with one drummer on every track.
Right.
That could be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess we'll see if Shane, when he graduates, if he ends up taking it over.
I always wonder, one last point on that is usually in these situations, the dads, the parents, they cut their own trail. Like they risked everything. They played shitty gigs. They were in a van. They grinded it out. And I wonder if they would want their kid to be like, no, go start your own band and just like see what you can get going on. Or would they be like, yeah, I built this, go have fun with it and enjoy it? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like a rite of passage, you know?
Totally.
Everyone pays their dues somehow.
Yeah.
Some people get to skip it. The story is great.
I wonder what the chat thinks. I haven't been following any votes.
I don't know if anyone would be able to say for sure. But someone said in the YouTube chat, Matt Cameron could transfer across to Foo Fighters and then let Dave Abruzzi have another turn in Pearl Jam. That'd be interesting.
That's complicated.
That's a whole other topic.
Yeah.
Now you're like
Politics.
you're like a sports team trading drummers.
Yeah. Is that you, Ron Bennett?
Nice. Jared, was there a concert that you went to that you'll never forget?
I think there's a few. Me and Dave once went to see Tower of Power.
Oh, that was
And that was a
Nice.
smaller jazz alley
Yeah.
in Seattle, and that's one. I just remember talking to David afterwards and being like, "Dude, that was like incredible."
Yeah.
And he's like, "What?" He's like, "Just another day." He's like, "Million Gig March, man.
Yeah.
Nothing.
But
doing."
we were right beside his kit. Like we were the perfect spot for a drummer
Yeah.
to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw like way back in the day, Maroon 5 open for John Mayer, who then John Mayer opened for himself, a trio.
Oh,
to,
You saw
Nice.
Steve Jordan with John Mayer?
yeah.
Nice.
Sick.
It was so good. Many long jams and guitar solos.
Yeah.
I saw Dave Matthews Band.
Yeah,
once.
that's
I don't know
right.
if that
Yeah,
was
I was with you too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
Dave
incredible, man. Like Carter came out the first, and he was playing this kit with just a snare and then like a 12-inch tom,
Yeah.
but no floor tom.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? It's
Yeah.
kind of like weird. Why
For
would
the
you
first half, it was almost like an acoustic set.
and it's probably for the first half of
Yeah.
the concert, right?
Yeah.
So that's surprising, but also cool. And lastly, a memorable one was Iron Maiden. I went there.
Nice.
Oh
I
yeah.
got invited through Kelly Peisty.
Yeah.
Because he's a Peisty artist.
Was
Went
that
back,
what Dream Theater opening?
No, I don't think so.
Was it a different show?
No.
Okay.
It's not, I forget the opening band, but went backstage while the opening band was on, and I went and sat behind Nico's kit. And it was
Cool.
pretty cool. And then went out to our seats,
That's
and there was like a 12-foot demon walking across the stage during their set. It's
Yeah.
like a total, like, what do you call it? It's like rock theatric
Yeah.
type
Like
show.
Spinal
Yeah.
Tap.
Yeah, exactly. But those are some of mine.
Nice. I remember back in, I think it was 2015, that Rush did their R40 tour. And I had seen them 2 times before that. And the tickets were like pretty expensive for this tour. I'm like, oh, should I just see them on the next round or should I go to this one? And I ponied up the cash and got like pretty good seats, kind of like stage was there and I was kind of right on the side so you could see what Neil was playing.
Yeah.
And that turned out to be the last tour.
Wow.
And it's one of those ones where it's like, I'm so glad I spent the money because there's not going to be any more. So, yeah, that's one I'll never forget too.
Cool.
Dylan.
Hey, no, you go first, Dave.
Oh, I got many, but I'll pick a few that really stood out. One of them was in 2004. I saw System of a Down. And,
Seriously?
And Mars Volta opened. It was
Nice.
It was and Gogol Bordel opened as well. It was one of the funnest shows I think I've ever been to. I don't know if you ever hear Gogol.
No.
I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but he's like this almost like kind of polka rocky kind of party band. There was like 20 people on stage. There's 3 accordions on stage. It was super cool. And then that was the last tour I think System of a Down did before they just went silent for like 20 years. And then I see Roger Waters a lot live. And I remember the first time I saw Roger Waters, it made me realize that shows aren't just about the music. It was about the whole experience. Like when you're sitting in there waiting for the show to start, it was like maybe a half hour to 45 minutes of this video clip of this dude sitting in a chair with a cigar sipping whiskey. And it was like that for 45 minutes. It didn't change. And it just built this weird tension. And then when the band played, all the visuals. So yeah, that really changed the way I think about rock shows or just shows in general. And then the one thing I'll say is bands that can play better than their album, those are the shows that I like the most. And I remember I saw Dream Theater play at the Queenie in Vancouver, but the opening band was a band called Trivium. Now, you know who they are, but back then I didn't know who they were. And they stole the show for me because their music was so good live that it made me a fan of their music just from the show. And I became a lifelong fan just because of that one show in particular. So those are the kind of things I look forward for in a decent show that, like you said, would change your life or just change you somehow.
Yeah.
Dylan.
Okay. I was going to say, sometimes as drummers, you buy tickets to a show like Rush and you have the bar set high, and it's like hard for Neil to blow it out of the water in that scenario, right?
Yeah.
Some of my favorites have been when you just go see an artist or you come into tickets and then it turns out the drummer's unreal. So one of my first concerts, we went to Gwen Stefani when she was touring like Hollaback Girl and all those massive hits. And the drummer was Zachary Elford.
Okay, yeah.
And that was my first introduction to like, you can do that on a pop gig? Like he's just gospel chops flying around the drums. I was so enamored, I tracked down his email after and I emailed him. I was like, I just saw you with Gwen Stefani. He replied, he's like, good luck, let me know if you need help. Like that was when I realized, wow,
Super
drummers
cool.
are super cool.
Yeah.
So that one blew me away. The other guy who I've seen like 5 times, Kenny Arnoff with John Fogerty. Like those are like some of the most legendary songs, and the way he plays them is so infectious.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. And another one where it's like you go to see the songs and then it turns out the drummer just steals the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, those would be 2 of my biggest ones. And then I went to one last Thursday, Styx.
No, yeah.
That guy Todd.
I've never seen them live. I'm
Oh,
so
it
bummed
was
I couldn't.
Oh, dude, what
Unbelievable.
it was a
Good.
show. It
Yeah?
was, yeah. And their one guy, Lawrence, the keyboardist, he's like 72 years old, and he's river dancing across the stage like the guy's got
It's
more
insane.
energy. The guy's 72.
Wow.
Like
Lawrence
incredible band.
Cowie, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you have the chance to see Styx, like the drummer alone is worth it, but the whole band is at Todd's level. It's
Yeah.
exceptional.
Yeah.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear in the comments. So whether you're watching this live, and leave us a note in the chat and say which was your favorite concert. I know there's lots of people posting here, but if you're watching this afterwards, just drop a comment below and let us know who we absolutely need to see while they're still touring, because I'm always looking for recommendations.
Yeah.
Can't go to all the concerts.
I know. Actually, I was going to go to Ringo Starr on Sunday. I think it was last Sunday, but he got COVID.
Yeah.
So I had an opportunity to see that, but next time.
And,
Yeah.
and speaking of like pop gigs, so people go for their favorite songs and then might not realize there's an incredible drummer. I think we have a
Yeah.
segue here.
Dylan, you should be hosting this. This priceless.
He saw you struggling trying to get out of this
Where's the
segment.
segue?
How do I
We're
get
done
Jared out
talking
of
about
talking?
shows.
Speaking of what Dylan mentioned, Matt Mcguire, the Chainsmokers. So Kyle, or you pulled this clip
Nope. Kyle.
about a band. So if any of you have seen the Chainsmokers, you know I guess it's a DJ and the other guy plays keys, and then it's Matt on drums, I
Yeah.
believe. And we were talking about like what would that show look like if Matt Mcguire wasn't in the band, and what would the live experience look like? So we want to bring up a clip here, and then we're going to talk about that.
I need you to show New York City how it's done. Back up for 7. That's it.
Wow, sounds pretty clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's like the videos you watch online.
Matt's a killer drummer. It's good to see him doing like features like that on his live set. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I know, like,
killer.
I've never seen them live, but if I was at the show and just being able to see a drummer, like, moving around like that, like, Matt is very theatrical when he plays. And I feel like that just adds so much to the overall, like, experience of the show.
Is that what you do? You
Yeah,
doing stick flips?
I'm all up here.
No, but
So we
seriously,
do when we play jazz.
Dylan, you play a lot live. Did you do a lot of stick tricks and
None.
stuff like that? No, you're not. You're against it.
I used
I'm
to...
not against it, just don't do it. It's find it challenging enough to make
You're
it
kind of
sound
against
good.
it.
That too, yeah.
If you don't do it.
You're either with us or you're against us.
That's not true. I'll throw in the odd little one of these, the old John Blackwell,
Okay.
where you're not risking anything for it, you know?
I think I saw you do that at the Miller one time.
maybe if you guys were there. But even in terms of like, you guys will probably relate, Brandon might be slightly too young. There was a period where you weren't sure what was going to happen with live drumming because all the biggest artists it was like they don't really need a drummer. I don't know where this is going to go. And that's why it's so cool that Chainsmokers had no drums, and then they saw this great YouTube drummer, brought him in the band because they like appreciated what it would bring to a live show.
Yeah.
And I think they give him quite a bit of license to design the set and like build the show too.
Yeah.
Totally.
So it's pretty cool. Very rare.
It's like, Matt, it looks like we have a drum solo after every song in this next tour. It's like, yeah, weird. But he could do that. And if it makes it like that, I'd go to a show like that.
Wonder how many calories he burns in a set.
Right?
He's going for it like the
It sounded
whole time.
It sounded like he had a track made for that. It's like that
Probably.
too, which is
Yeah.
really cool. It's not just like a drum solo. It kind of had some context to it and all that.
Yeah.
You know, he's on this riser. Yeah, super cool.
What
Yeah.
do you do? Do stick tricks? You do the double bass.
Dude, I did stick tricks.
And you hit your head when you do it.
I would do, yeah. Just, you know, that's a Mike Portnoyism, but yeah, I did all. I even had a kit that was clear and it had lights on it. You know, like anything that could add to the show. And
So
just,
you were showmanship guy.
as much as I could be,
His playing's not going to do it for them.
I had to make up in other ways. I
all
can juggle
tracks.
my sticks, all tracks. Hit the
Dave will change the
TM2.
color of his drums during the set.
And start dancing. Just playing loops.
What about Jared? Stick tricks?
No, I'm like very serious looking when I play, and I'm trying to like I do realize that it's important to like open your eyes, look around, appear that you're enjoying yourself because it's more interesting to watch.
Yeah.
If you're in the studio playing, I totally get it. Focus on the part because people are only listening to what you're doing. Although I think a lot of times in the studio now, they actually record the sessions for like releases afterwards on YouTube. And so I think it's really important actually. And I'd like to actually get better at that. But I think it's really important to be entertaining when you play. Have a few of those tricks up your sleeve. Don't overuse them. Don't risk it. You know, especially live. Don't risk like dropping the stick or ruining the song. Unless you can recover quickly and look like a total boss.
Yeah.
But
That's
Yeah.
why I love like a Chad Smith. He'll just whip the stick as hard as he can straight in the air, and like whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
so it just like falls anywhere.
Yeah, he'll just throw it up. It's not like a controlled. Oh, I'll do 2 turns and grab it. It's just like
And then he catches it sometimes.
come-
sometimes he
Commits
does,
to
sometimes
it.
he doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like this confident, like the audience, like this guy's so confident he doesn't even care when that stick's
Well, he
falling.
doesn't have anything more to prove.
I
He'll
know,
just grab
that's the
another
thing.
one.
He's amazing.
Yeah. Seriously.
He's proven it. For
I
many,
know,
many
like
years.
drummers like Travis Barker. I know they get lots of criticism. Even Matt, just for like focusing on the theatrics and
Yeah.
the showmanship and stuff. But what was interesting was at the Taylor Hawkins show we were just watching clips from. Travis Barker opened the set pretty much with Joan Jett.
Okay.
And they did Cherry Bomb and I think one other tune. But I don't think Travis even hit a tom. Like hi-hat, snare, kick, like da-da-da-da boom was like the most complicated fill. And that's like all those drummers who are capable of doing that stuff, you know they can just hold it down.
Yeah.
And it's a choice that they're making to throw all that stuff in.
Yeah.
I heard Travis charges per fill though.
Yeah.
So they're trying to keep the budget down. It's like no fills
Yeah.
on this song.
Joan
now.
Jett wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, she can only
I
afford
can't
2
afford the
fills.
fills.
I will say though, like I started watching Matt very early in his YouTube stuff. I don't know if he was on your guys' radar like
Oh, yeah.
10 years ago or something, right? And it was the intensity and the like it wasn't all showmanship, it was more just like intention with every hit.
Yeah.
And it made it really exciting to watch.
Big movements too.
Big
Right?
time.
Excuse me. We're having a drummer out here soon. I don't know if it's actually locked in, but this drummer plays with an extreme amount of
Yes.
like movement
Oh,
to the
yeah.
point
Yes.
where you're like, is this actually? It's actually healthy, but he's been playing a long time. So
Yeah. He's doing
Clearly it works. Yeah.
We'll have him on the drum department, right?
I think so.
Yeah, perfect.
He'll
We'll
be
ask
here
him.
on
We'll ask
Monday.
Wow. He's on next Monday?
No, in November.
Okay. Okay, you're all in for a real treat. We got some big stuff planned for later in this year and then actually early in all next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like lots of guests on this show,
Yeah.
which would be great.
Yeah.
Dylan, it's your time to shine.
Is it that time already?
Dylan has prepared some unsolicited drum advice.
I'll
For
preface
all of
I'll
us.
preface
You're
this.
soliciting it though.
Yeah, stop
Well,
soliciting.
I don't know what he's
That's
gonna
where I was
say.
Well,
confused.
just say don't give us drum advice.
I'll
That's what you should
preface
say.
this if there's any gigging drummers out there. I thought this segment was about what's that piece of advice someone comes out of the crowd and gives you, and you're like, please, I did not ask for you to tell me that.
Right.
You know, like they'll usually come up and be like, "Oh, you sound great. You could probably put another pillow in your bass drum, though. It's a little." You're like,
Yeah.
you could just sit there and enjoy the show too.
My
an
drummer
option.
friends. Go ahead.
I was just said that's an option.
Oh, okay.
I feel like we're gonna start fighting.
My,
I don't know-
now you
I
know
don't
how I
know-
feel.
I don't know if I like being Kyle.
don't ever point your finger.
This is a dangerous show.
My drummer friends would always come up to me after a gig if they were there, and they'd tell me the mistakes I made.
Really?
Like this song was kind of off, and finally I told them to shut up. I don't care. Obviously, I know every mistake I made.
Yeah, you
I'm
missed the
still
splash
thinking-
on the 4 count on that one fill.
Yeah. But what is don't give us your drum advice.
Yeah, we don't want to hear it.
Yeah,
Don't give it to-
I think unsolicited advice in general does not go over well. But I did have something, and I guess it ties into the playing live thing. We're talking about huge artists that have everything ready for them. They show up, their drum kit sounds great, they have hours to like position everything, and then they play. Not reality for most of us. We show up at a gig, or I was thinking this yesterday because I did a recording session. It's a lot of pressure. Like an artist pays for a studio for a whole day, $500, $1,000, maybe more. And then you have to tune the drums and it's on their dime, right? Like they paid for the day and you're just like, yeah, I'll just be a few minutes. And it's like, I get stressed out because it's like they're paying for it and you're just sitting there tuning drums. And if you're not used to it, it can take you 30, 60 minutes to get the kit sounding right. So my biggest tip, and the same goes for live. You show up at a gig, it's a house gig, you have 10 minutes to get it to sound okay, and that's all you have. So I was chatting with Brandon before, and my biggest tip is if you're trying to tune a kit in a hurry, don't worry about this perfect, resonant, even tone, because that could take you a long time to get. I always say aim for the pitch. So just get the pitch right, even if it's a little warbly. If it's like doom, doom, good enough, dampen the hell out of it. Put moon gels on, put your Drumeo tone control kit, then at least the tone is right. And then you don't get caught up trying to tune out weird overtones and stuff. Just dampen them out. Then that's one less thing to worry about in a hurry.
Now, is that because the engineer's going to have a better time fixing that sound compared to...
Yeah, an engineer would have a harder time getting rid of maybe Jack can pipe in here, but a weird tone is harder for them to iron out than just like a dead do-do.
Dylan, I don't know if I agree with that.
Let's go. Let's see.
Well,
You'd
it's
rather
like-
have a singing, resonant...
Well, they're not
drum.
paying you. Presumably, they're not paying you because you sound like crap. They like the sound of your playing.
Of the feel. Not the tone of... I'm not
How do you know?
I'm not hiring
I'm just assuming
Dylan's
it's
drum
one
tone.
of the things that they like. Is the sound and the feel and the creativity and the vocabulary you have and your specific style. So it's weird that you would just like not give them all of the best sound. So I mean, I thought you were going to say tune your drums before you go there.
But house kit, you don't even
It's
have the
house kit.
option.
Yeah, I get that. I once did a session and I did it really quick because I had to do, I think they had 14 or 16 songs and we had one day and I traveled like 3 ferries to get there. And so I'm like, well, I don't have a lot of time. And so, but then I'm like, okay, done. And they're like, no, we need to like, he's like, let me hear the tom. It's like, "Dun." Just like, we spent 3 hours getting sounds because they cared about it so much, about the sound, even more so than the parts I was going to play later.
Was that as a session drummer or in a band?
Session drummer. I played for like 4 different artists that day.
Interesting.
So that's why I don't know if I would tell a student to don't just cover up the.
I think I'd agree with that for a session. I think for a live show, I think, and like not having time to like prep anything, I think I would agree with that for live.
Get the pitch.
Well, for live, I think. Yeah, I agree with
But
that.
for a session, I would agree with you.
But he was talking in the context of renting a studio, $500,000.
But again, if you have the pitch right, I feel like it's less stressful to be like, okay, one thing is ready. They sound even. Doom,
Yeah.
doom. And then if you have time, you can work on getting rid of the overtones. And if you can't, you can always dampen them out and get it sounding reasonable.
Yeah.
But if you have one drum and it sings perfectly even, but then this one sounds funny and you can't get them to like
Yeah,
be
they
in a
don't
good
gel.
interval, it gets stressful.
Interesting. I think it's so specific to the project. I mean, if the band's like, yeah, I really want this tone to ring through. I really want this, but if it's just an old 70s rock and roll album that you want, the rhythm there, it's so specific.
Well, I've been
man.
at sessions too where I'll tune them up and then I'll I'll get them sounding real nice. You know, no, but I always start with no muffling. When I don't do this much anymore. I used to do a lot more sessions. K-Rad said Jared's just wrong. But then I did that, and then they come in and they put towels over the toms. Like, yeah, we want more of the Ringo sound.
Yeah, and I will say too, we've had drummers here that will take 4 hours to get the kit sounding how they want, and there's some that show up and they're like, "This works."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we spent, I think it was a 9-hour setup with Simon Phillips.
yeah.
And like probably 3 hours of that was building the kit and 6 was sounds.
Really.
And like the room and should the door be open halfway or the full way.
Did he record and then listen, or did he just listen?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then his tuning, he pretty much had like dialed in from
Yeah.
the second he sat down. But it was all just like the mic placement and, but yeah, it was
you
just
re-
all sound.
Did
for
you
him.
record that?
I think we rolled like BTS cam.
Okay.
See,
Somewhere.
and I respect that whole mindset and that practice and a beautiful sounding kit.
Yeah.
But just for me personally, when I take stock of my favorite songs of all time, there's like one microphone on the drum set
Yeah.
or 2 microphones, and there's a squeaky pedal,
Yeah.
and nobody
yeah.
caught it. But it's a legendary performance.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Well,
Okay.
there's people on either side in
Yeah.
the chat, so
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tough topic.
Tuning is a hot take for sure.
Yes.
So your advice is don't worry about tuning.
Just make it sound.
Get your pitch
Get
and
your
then
pitch.
focus on your performance, because you can get really stressed out trying to get a kit. Like I've had it where you can't get rid of a weird tone, and then you start to get like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyson, what do you think of Tyson's back here? He's the drum tech. What do you think?
Spend the time tuning the toms.
interesting.
He said
hot take.
spend the time tuning the tom.
I thought you were going to say just bring an electric kit.
Are we going to transition? This is a perfect
Yeah, I
time
was
to
going to say,
transition.
speaking of sound in
Yeah.
Dylan's great transitions that he taught me today, we're going to see if we're full of it. We did this last time with, what was it, snares?
It was
Tyson?
snares.
Last time it was snare drums.
Snare drums.
That's
We're doing this with 12-inch toms?
10-inch toms.
10-inch
I have
toms.
3 Yamaha 10-inch toms back here.
3 Yamaha 10-inch toms.
With-
All the same wood type?
Yeah.
Yes,
did-
that sounds like birch and maple, most likely.
Ish.
They're ish. They're all 10-inch Yamaha 10x7s.
Okay.
They have different heads on them. They all have the same resonant head on it. It's a single ply clear.
Same depths.
Can everyone hear him? Just
Yeah,
so,
let's
just
see
so I
if
can
I can-
repeat everything.
So we're doing a blind hearing test to see if we can discover what head is on these 10-inch
Yeah.
toms.
They can
I
hear
will
him.
tell you they're all Evans drum heads. Thank you, Evans Canada.
Okay, all Evans.
Sorry, do we
Nice.
know
One
what the heads
ply,
are?
Is there a 2-ply head? What is clear, what is coated? I'm not telling you anything.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we have some cards? Or we
we
can
just
write
guessing?
down on our computer?
And weren't we supposed to do the who got the other one right? Or
Yeah,
I
you
We
missed
did
that?
last week.
Did
You
that
lost.
last week,
Yeah,
Did I?
Yeah,
yeah.
you did. You didn't do good. But none of us did. for
Hey, I
that
got
matter. I
one.
think Brandon was the only one that got one. Right? I'm not pointing at you. I'm pointing through you.
No one. Wow.
So we're gonna get the answers this show, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm going to give you the answers once we're done here.
And
Okay.
sorry, they're not like specific heads. It's like single ply, double ply, coated, or clear.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Not like
Or not
EQ,
ECT,
whatever.
You can
Oh,
go
yeah.
there too if you want to.
You can go deep if you
They're
really.
all Evans heads.
Okay.
Okay.
Most of you know the models.
Okay, so
jeez.
everyone's in the chat has to guess as well, because
Yes.
I presume that they are mic'd.
There's a mic over the top of this. Baby
Okay,
right here.
so you're all gonna hear them listening.
Okay, number one, ready?
Here's number 1.
Oh, I know what that is.
I know what that is.
You know?
I think I know.
Okay, number 2.
Hold on, I gotta write down. Hold on.
Okay, well, it's just dead air now. Everyone's just left.
I know.
We're thinking.
Okay.
Here's Tom number 2.
Okay.
10x7 Yamaha.
It's the same tension. Did you use
I
the
drum dialed these drums. Yeah.
you drummed out so they're all the exact same tension, top and bottom.
So
So
you
you-
prioritize pitch.
I was just gonna say, so you didn't listen to Dylan's advice.
That's what my advice was. Go for the pitch, and if it's warbly, iron it out.
We all have different opinions, Dylan, and that's what makes us beautiful.
Dylan, we just all don't share your opinion.
And here's Tom number 3. through them again. I'm gonna hit them once each. Tom number 1. Tom number 2. Tom number 3.
Wow.
Tell me
Oh,
which
geez.
is what they are. Are they 1-ply? Are they 2-ply? Are they coated or clear?
Can I guess?
Yeah, I want
And
you
then,
to guess.
but
Hold on. I
you
need to
can't
get-
say if I'm right
I won't.
first, because everyone else has to guess as
Yeah.
well.
Got it.
Okay, can you hit all three of
Don't
them one more time
copy
for me?
my work,
I'm hitting
dude.
all 3 one more time. Tom number 1.
Just copying me.
Tom number 2. Tom number 3.
Ooh, that one sings.
Oh, it does sing.
So you prefer that?
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
So you're really
Exactly.
upset about this, eh?
Exactly.
Hit him where it hurts.
No, Dylan, you're a much more busy drummer than me when it comes to the gig scene. So
You don't have
I'll
time to
defer to your advice.
Okay, what's your guess on the
you
first
got,
one,
Jared?
Jared?
Okay, I think. Are we gonna just guess one at a time?
Sure.
Okay, the first one is a G1 coated, or an Evans UV1, either one of those. But I would go with G1 coated. Dave?
I said the same thing.
Of course you did.
I even pointed. I on my
Of course.
freaking
These
screen.
guys.
You
What
literally
you got for the
changed
first
it.
one?
It's
I put a clear G1.
Okay, and Dill?
I put a G1 coated.
Okay.
You gonna tell us what it is?
Brandon got it right.
What?
clear.
Clear.
Oh,
That's clear?
my goodness.
It's all in the
It is a
ears,
G1
boys.
clear. Second drum.
I was ready to mock you, big time.
Yeah, I know.
Drum number 2.
Okay, drum number 2.
Can we hear it first?
Yep, sure.
We all have the same answer.
I
Sounds terrible.
guess G2
You don't
coated.
like that.
Yeah, you're just copying me now because you can see I'm a G2.
These guys are
coated too.
rigged.
I'm a G2 coated on that one.
G2 coated. G2 coated.
G2 clear.
I had G2 coated.
It is a 2-ply coated.
Yeah!
Brandon.
And you don't like that sound, Dave.
It's the
No, I don't.
UV2.
Really?
It's the UV2.
It's a UV2 is that one.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
2-ply
Okay.
coated, but it is a UV2.
So this is the big
And Tom number 3.
tiebreaker
What is
because
Tom
we're all
number
at 1
3?
point right now,
This
right?
is the tricky one, actually.
Hmm.
1-ply or 2-ply?
What was the first one?
Coated.
Clear G1.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I would guess this is a 2-ply.
Yeah.
Clear or coated?
Clear. 2-ply clear.
I was gonna say, man, I have clear on here as well, but all right, I'm gonna go with clear, and I'm gonna go with 2-ply.
Brand.
Coded G2.
I'm going coated G1.
Wasn't the second one that coded G2? Or no, it's a
The
UV2.
UV2. This is actually a 1-ply head, but the trick was it's a thick 1-ply. It's the Evans G14, so it's a 1.4 thick,
Trickery.
and it is a coated
Trickery.
G14.
What?
This guy.
What's the plies? There's 7 or 10 mils of the G2?
The G2 is 2 7-mil plies.
2 7. So this is like one thick.
That's right.
One
Yeah.
ply.
It's actually 2 7.5, so it's a 2-ply is actually 1,500 mils.
Okay.
This is 1,400 mils in 1-ply.
So
Wait,
Tyson just
1400
wants to
mils?
watch us suffer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
think
get
Pretty
you on
much.
here.
Like we've said before, and we'll continue to do this because it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing to hear.
It sounds like the
It is a hard
Tom
thing to
from
hear.
my high school kit where it's like all good and then wow.
I know.
This
Bends
one
up.
here, Tom number 2 with the UV2, is our 10-inch Tom from that kit with the head that we've had on it for weeks.
Hmm.
It's the sound of a 10-inch Tom that we've been listening to
Nice.
constantly.
Did
Okay.
anyone in the chat get all 3?
Well, I'm curious what they preferred too.
That's where I was too, Dylan.
By the way, next time they're saying we need to get a mic on you.
We will do that. I will
Everyone
not
is
have to talk
would like to hear you a little bit more
Because
clearly.
my favorite was Tom number 2. Dave's least favorite.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Really?
No,
Your
I
favorite
like-
was Tom number 2?
Yeah, I thought it sounded controlled and rich.
It sounded out of tune
Rich.
Really? Hit him again, Tyson.
to me. Maybe you...
1.
It sounds choked.
Yeah.
No, it sounds like there's body
Like
to
throaty?
it.
Throat testing? That's nice.
3.
Oh.
No, you're
That's like,
joking.
that's like a Weckl Tom.
Nobody likes 3, right?
I love 3.
Really?
It's like Weckl going down his toms. Like, look.
No kidding.
So just-
Okay.
On
There's
one
a-
drum.
Different strokes.
Bunch of people got 2 out of 3 right. Chris Higgins Mark, Greg Tucker.
Congratulations
Yeah,
to those
I
who
don't see-
actually got it. And if you actually got it by having an educated guess and not just throwing out names like we were, congratulations even more.
Where's looks like there's a lot of my fans here on Tom 2. Tom 2 family.
You guys
for
can start your
life.
own show,
Yeah.
the Tom 2 Club.
The Tom
So
Twos.
apparently we are all full of it once again.
Yes. So that's so does like the gear actually matter? If we can't hear it,
No. That's the
then
thing.
does it matter?
That's the thing.
doesn't.
Does it
Your
really?
opi-
Yeah, I don't think it matters. You can go into these studios. I think the gear when you're recording, like, who is it that was? We were talking about it in one of our shows, where it's like, can you tell on an album? Pick up an album. It's like, oh man, I love the way those Yamaha maples sounded on that recording. You never hear that.
I think more so with cymbals.
Cymbals matter.
Cymbals.
Yeah, I agree with
That's
that.
a huge one.
I agree with that.
Also with drum heads, I think there's something to say for how they feel when you play them. Even if to the audience they all sound the same. If you're playing like a G1 coated on your snare compared to like a heavyweight or something,
Yeah.
it's gonna feel totally different.
But how many of you guys have done a show where the sound man, you get in touch with the sound man, he's like, or a sound person, they're like, okay, look, you can bring your own kit, or you can use the house kit that they have dialed in. And you bring your kit because you're like, this is my band, and I want to show my vision and what my band looks like. And then the sound man's trying to mic everything up. There are different sounds, there are different placements from where the mics are, different heads, and then it just sounds like garbage compared to the house band before you. You know, or where you just say, yeah, I'll just play the house kit because they know what it's going to sound like. It's already dialed in. You sit up on stage and it's going to rock. You know what I mean? Have you ever had that?
I've always thought of it as a graph, and your y-axis is high maintenance. Like how much maintenance do you need to make everything to play a show?
Yeah.
Kit's got to be set up perfectly. I need all my toms. It has to be tuned perfectly. So that'd be like high maintenance. Low maintenance is like you just show up and you just play whatever's there. So like that's one axis. The other is playing ability. So my life goal has been to be in the one quadrant where it's like low maintenance, high playing ability. You could just show up, no one even knows you had a problem, and the kit sounds fine, and you play great. That's always my goal. Versus high maintenance, high playing ability, like Simon Phillips, Dave Weck, all those legendary artists. They need time to get the kit sounding how they want. No one wants to be high maintenance, low playing ability.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think we are there at some point.
I think it might be, you could compare it a little bit to golf, where for me, I'm total amateur. I suck at golf, unlike you, Dylan. So whether I use a 5-iron or a 4-iron or a 3 or whatever, it really doesn't matter. I can't hit the ball straight anyway.
You gotta work on your swing.
Whereas like a professional, the difference between a 3-iron and a 4-iron, those minute details matter a lot more because they're playing at such a higher level. And so I think I look at the drummers like Simon Phillips and Weckel and all these other pros that spend a lot of time in their sound. Like Benny would, I think, Benny Greb, I'm just guessing, but I think he would disagrry with a lot of our sentiment around the gear. And so that's kind of an interesting proposition, right?
Very.
But I saw you playing the other day. You're playing open-handed now.
A little bit.
Yeah.
You know why that is?
Why?
Because my crash cymbal on my right is cracked.
Oh.
And so I've just started, whenever I have to go to the crash, I just go left hand and it feels fine. You get used to it after a while.
But you were doing you were even doing some syncopation stuff.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just because I have a broken cymbal though.
Channeling your inner Simon Phillips.
Yeah, ambidextrous drumming. Oh, he's just
Totally,
brilliant.
eh?
So
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, we should give some stuff away
Let's do it.
because that's what everyone's waiting for, I guess.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Well,
So-
we have
Oh, can we talk the pedal? Or is that what you're going to say?
We're gonna do the pedal.
Let's show them.
Yeah.
Sure.
Show me what
we don't
they
have a
got.
foot cam, but
Pull it up.
it pedals really well. No, I'm just kidding. I'll pull it up. It's silver, and it's kind of got a.
Imagine. It looks like this beautiful drawing
Can
we
you pass
see.
me the
It
box?
kind of looks like a footprint, but not quite.
They went with the simple design on the box.
Minimalist.
That's a great looking box. Here's what's in the box. This is a really minimalist design. Hey, this is a beautiful
Those
pedal.
pedal. Is that
Yeah.
the perfect balance one?
Oh, here we go.
Let me read you what it is. It's the Perfect Balance Standard.
Is this JoJo's?
Standard?
JoJo's.
Is there
Cool.
a premium
Apparently there's a version based on his prototype that's different.
that we stole or gave away by accident
We
at
ever
the
told that
festival?
story?
Yes. Maybe.
Yeah, see? Dylan?
Yep, it's beautiful.
It's like $260 US.
Not bad. Oh, here we go. Here we go. That's not bad.
Doesn't work very good.
Doesn't work very good.
Just what Sonar wants for their product demo.
Sorry, Brandon, you were saying?
Yeah, Brian, would you please
Brian?
continue?
Who is this
Brian
Brian?
Taves, ladies and gentlemen.
I think that's my cue to leave.
But there is no better ad for a pedal than like Jojo Mare's DVD, and he just does
So good.
ungodly things on the bass drum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is cool. It's totally smooth, and this has got like a matte stainless steel finish. And if you see the difference between the chrome and the stainless, that's pretty cool.
It is super nice. I played on many of these. They
Yeah.
glide really easily, and there's no friction on the foot for those slide technique players.
What do you guys think of the direct drive strap thing?
Strap drive, you mean? Yeah, I don't
strap.
mind it. It's got the circle cam, which is supposed to be like constant.
Can we get him to
It's a
play it?
constant velocity.
Yeah.
You gonna play a little bit for us, Dylan? Show us how it's
I'd
done.
Give us your
love to.
honest
This
opinion.
is my dream to play for all the Drumeo audience.
Dylan was saying
guys
how
scare me.
much he wanted to do just a quick 5 or
Just a
7
huge
minute
drum solo.
Oh, yeah.
After revealing that I have no gear preferences.
What does everyone use? Do you use belt, chain, or direct drive? What's your favorite?
Chain for me.
Chain?
Yeah.
I like chain.
Chain for me, but I've also been using like a 60s belt drive.
Okay.
Or like a leather strap.
Does it stretch when you push it down?
A little bit. It's
Yeah.
like, it's really weird, but it's actually really smooth.
Yeah.
But usually chain.
Yeah.
Chain 2. I think it's just what you learn on, you'll probably have a preference for.
Yeah.
This is
Direct drive.
okay.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious what the debate is at there. Chain, direct drive. This thing's beautiful though.
Let's hear a little. Let's see how fast this pedal will make your playing. It works for JoJo, so it should work for you, right?
Does it work
You'd
for
think
Dylan?
so.
He can do the constant release at like
This isn't my
140.
usual tension. Trying to get my doubles in.
Sick, man. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay, so one of you lucky Drumeos is going to win this pedal, and we're also giving away a membership to the YouTube community again.
Yes.
Is that right? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know how it goes.
How do we want to pick the
Kyle just makes it up on the fly.
I know,
I
he
think
always says like choose a number between like
pick a
11
letter,
and
pick your
32.
favorite color or something like
Put it
that.
right here, right on.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is for the Drumeos?
This is for
This
the
is for-
Drumeos.
Yes.
Okay, so Dave,
Okay, what would you like me to choose?
I'm gonna get you to choose. I'm just gonna load some more messages here.
Wow.
Choose a number between 1 and 10.
9.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Gets to the bottom.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay, who's the winner?
Canucksican.
Canucksican?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm so glad you won, Canucksican. What a great name.
Nice.
Canucksican.
That was a really
Canucksican.
Canucksican. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Email Brandon@drumeo.com.
But he or she plays chain drive. That was the comment. So I guess you don't want this, right?
Oh, okay. Well,
So-
then
Unless you want to pay it forward.
Yeah, do it.
I'll take it home.
No, you got to try this pedal out. See if you like strap.
Oh,
See
he's a
if you-
Canadian Mexican. That's why it's Canucksican.
And as long as you are a Canucks fan,
That's a great
we
name.
will send you these
Congrats.
pedals.
That was a really anticlimactic win for.
Well, what do you want to happen?
I don't know. I feel like Kyle's usually screaming by this point.
I always wish it was more instant and they'd be in the chat like, oh my god.
Yes, it's me.
Okay, let's choose someone on YouTube. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 1,000.
Oh, great.
Whoever
Here we
gets
go.
the number wins.
You're talking to. Oh, God. That's the silliest.
1 in 100.
1 in 100. 1 in 100.
1 in
1 in 100.
Okay.
Guess we'll be here forever. You'll take close, plus or minus 5. Okay, plus
Here
or
we go.
minus
Now
5.
that with
Oh, here we go.
And all you Drumeos who are guessing, it's not 666 pickle.
Well, someone got it really close.
This is for a 1-year Drumeo membership.
Yeah, this is for the YouTube community.
Oh no, I'm not seeing it. Come on.
Within 5 plus or minus. Let's do plus or minus 25 then.
Oh, we got decimals
Well,
happening.
then lots of people have
Okay,
got
well
it
then
already.
no, plus or minus 5 then.
I think it's got to be the number, Dave.
Arm Sue, 53.
Got it?
Arm Sue,
53.
53. One. Oh, I guess you did 1 in 100.
Arm
Yeah.
Sue.
Arm
That was
Sue.
the number?
Doesn't it?
And
53.
for
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Connexicon, that's Bo Horvat's number.
Email brandon@drumeo.com.
Yes.
And he'll hook you up with an annual membership, or you can feel free to text Dave 604-897-0199 24/7 drumming advice.
I won't
Day or night.
He prefers in the evening because he's not as busy then. He has time to take all your calls.
Between 3 and 6 in the morning is my, is my
prime.
perfect prime.
Nice.
Nice.
You know what we realized today, guys?
What did you realize, Dave?
Is that Kyle really makes this show complete. We miss you,
does.
Kyle. We
miss you,
really
dude.
missed you, man.
Does everyone know where he is? He's on
he's in
tour
Holland.
No, you
Oh,
just stopped coming to the office.
He's playing drums in the Netherlands. So if you're there and you want to see an incredible Neil Diamond tribute band, it's actually amazing. I've seen them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Nearly Neil.
Yeah.
And so if you're in the Netherlands, check out or do a search for Nearly Neil, and you can actually go check out Kyle playing
Yeah.
drums. I think a few of the students are going to go see
Yeah.
him.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
nice job, Brandon. You know, it's
Thanks.
big shoes to fill.
I don't want to be Kyle. Having to put up with these guys?
Well, Kyle's on tour for a few weeks, so I believe next week it's just me and
It's
Dave.
just me and
we're
you.
thinking of bringing in a special guest, maybe going a little bit old school
Nice.
Drumeo.
We have to. We
Yeah,
have to.
I want to go a bit old school,
Yeah.
and I don't know if you've actually reached out yet, but
Not yet, but I got another one that I'm going to bring in. We're going to have
Okay.
2. It's going to be awesome.
it's going to be really, really fun just to sit and chat with some of our local friends here who have been part of the drum community for many, many years. So definitely
Nice.
check that out if you can. We're live every single week on the Drum Department Show. This show is also available in everywhere you listen to podcasts. So if you can't watch a YouTube video or log into Drumeo, you can go ahead and check it out on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or anywhere else that you listen to them. So definitely check those out.
Nice.
What about the pedal?
we already gave it
We're
away.
gonna
Oh, we
Ship it.
did? I thought you did that after the
He's-
memberships.
And thanks,
Nope,
Dylan,
it's
for
done.
coming on for your first
Wow.
Dylan.
Drum Department episode.
I almost made it.
Connexicon.
That
That was
Connexicon.
Connexicon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're going to be going live in like 1 minute. We're going to be live for Drumeo members in the members area. So if you have any questions, we'll be hanging out for a few minutes. So
And if you are on YouTube watching and you want to come in the members area and just kind of get some questions answered and things like that and chat with us, feel free to go to drumeo.com/trial. You can get a free trial and check it out. We'd love to have you there. We love our students and we love drums. So
Love them.
Bye.
it's a heart.
send it off, Brandon.
400.